Hey guys, welcome back, and I am so excited that it is finally getting to be summer. I am gonna help you rock your summer style. Okay, so I've got 9 easy tips to help you style your outdoor space, even if it's just a little deck. So listen up. Number 1 thing you wanna do is make sure that you have decent seating with washable cushions. Even if it's just portable pieces, it doesn't matter about the scale. Just make sure you've got some good seating. Number 2, you want planting in larger pots. Now, I know that seems sort of self-explanatory since you're outside, but if you're on a deck, you need to build that greenery in yourself. Number 3 is good ambient lighting. Woo, because you're gonna be out there at night when it's dark, and so you wanna definitely have some things overhead, and you want them dimmable if possible. There's a lot of different options, so I'm gonna show you some of those. Number 4 is a rug or a mat or even specialty flooring of some sort, like some teak decking or something that allows you to define the space that you wanna have most important. Ooh, number 5 is your dining al fresco moment. Now, I don't care if you only have just a little bit of a balcony, you can get a cute little table and 2 chairs on there, but that's a must-have for outdoors. Number 6 is the ability to create shade if you need it, because in those long dog days in the summer, you're gonna definitely wanna have a little bit of shade to hide behind, even if you're still outside. Number 7, ooh, super important, privacy. Especially if you're on a deck, you're gonna need those sides so that you're all alone and doing your own thing out there. Or if you have a big backyard, I'm gonna show you how to trick that out so you can make that happen for you too. Number 8 is a source of fire. Ooh, we definitely all need that. Now, I love a good fire pit, but if you're on a deck, that's not gonna work very well. So make sure you've got some sort of heating element of some sort, especially if you guys are up in Canada or Norway, where it definitely drops down at night. Okay, now, the last one that's the most fun is decor. You definitely want to make sure that it's fade resistant to a degree, it's washable, that's always helpful, and it definitely wants to reflect your personal style. So think of things like bar carts, throws, poofs, those kinds of things, even pink flamingos. Now, let's dive in and see how we put this all together. First up is seating. It's a big core element. If you're only working with a tiny patio, you definitely want to make sure you have a couple little chairs outside or maybe one simple lounge piece. The key is looking for comfort and the style statement that reflects your home. Now, unless your space is under a roof area, you'll want to look for pieces that are built for outdoors. Things like teak and acacia, things that are made of resin wicker, maybe aluminum, or rattan, or a combo of those kinds of things. I love this rattan setup. I think that's fantastic looking. Or just a good wood that you know will bleach out a little bit in the sun. All of those are great. Fabrics now should be definitely polyesters. Sunbrellas are great. Look for acrylics, and another term to look for is solution dyed, which means it won't fade in the sun. You also want to think about things like slip covers, or at least make sure that the stuff is washable. That's a key. Another last thing to think about with seating is think about multifunction. Maybe a poof that can double as a table, or maybe a folding chair, something along those lines that gives you a little bit of flexibility, always good to build in. All right, so the next fun thing is planting. Now, I know that's a little self-explanatory because we're outdoors, but like I said, if you're on a balcony, think about maybe doing a green wall. Saves space and gives you a whole thing of privacy right there, and it's green and luscious and natural, which is wonderful. Now, if you have a little bit bigger backyard, you definitely want to have the ability to separate your spaces just a little bit, and you can use big stories of 3 or 4 pots with some specialty planting in that. Ooh, don't forget the ones that attract butterflies and hummingbirds. That will really make a nice energy out there in your space. Now, next up is lighting. And now, my hands down favorite is always the beautiful little string lights that you can swing across the top of something. Looks great, looks fantastic, super romantic. But there's a lot of other options now. There's some great ones ones out here that are chargeable LED lights. Like I love this one that's shown stuck in the ground right there, but it can also hang. So these are wonderful little options to consider. And don't forget about lanterns. Oh my gosh, those are great too. You can pull a bunch of them together to create a source of light together, or you can sprinkle them all around and it just looks like fairyland. It's wonderful. Next up is flooring. Now, if you saw this video on outdoor styling, I focused a little bit on a groovy little outdoor rug collection. But rugs are not your only option. If you want to consider a specialty flooring situation, sometimes you can look at like teak matting, that's great, or a simple core or jute matting, those are also fine. Or if you have a situation where you can control your hard flooring, consider tile as a change up, or maybe pebble, or even a decking material that's special for that area. So there's lots of different options on that, but you want to create a specialty area for your outside with the flooring situation as well. Next up is my favorite thing, which is eating outside. I just love dining al fresco. Now, if you only have that little patio, think about things like a little tiny bistro table with 2 chairs. That's always a great option, and you know, it'll fit a glass of wine and a little plate, so you're good there. If you have an outdoor backyard, but it's a little on the tighter side, consider kind of a 2-top like this guy with just a couple of chairs. That's always fine. And if you've got a whole backyard, well, heck, you can go to town on this one. You know, do a seating for 6 and beautiful chairs, do a trellis, add some chandeliers. I love this space that I created. It was literally an outdoor dining room, complete with chandelier. That was a fabulous look. So there's all ranges that allows you to do al fresco in your style. Now, the next thing you absolutely want to make sure that you get covered is shade. It's super important for those long August afternoons, and you guys know what I'm talking about down in South America, or even in the American desert, or heck, even Florida. It gets hot, 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 and you want some shade. Now, I'm a super big fan of the umbrella that can bend to an angle. That really works well for a lot of solutions, especially if you're on a deck, and that can angle away so you're sitting in cool. Or if you've got something with a deck with a trellis roof, for instance, you can take advantage of some drapery. Ooh, I always love that look. That's really kind of romantic, and it completely cuts the sun. Or if you've got the option, retractable awnings work fabulously. And as you can see, they look really glamorous. I love the ones that rope across like the awnings on the Colosseum. Those are my favorites. But if you have one that just goes out at an angle, those are all good too. Gives you a little privacy and definitely cuts down on the glare. So next one up is privacy. Now, this may or may not be an issue for you, but if you live in a multi-floor building, or if you have neighbors right next door, you may want to have the ability to kind of screen yourself off a little bit. And that's easily done. We can add a green wall of planting like you see here. I absolutely love that, done with bamboo, a very effective screening material. Or if you've got a backyard, you can actually add a little bit to the top of a fence like they've done here with like some little horizontal wood siding. That's a great little look. Don't forget curtains if you're on a deck, or even if you have on a trellis. All of that works to give you guys a little bit of privacy when you're dining al fresco. Now, director, is it warm in here or is it me? Because I'm about to talk about fire. Now, here where I live, it always gets cooled down in the evening. So it's really nice to have kind of a lovely little snuggly throw or, you know, something like that right at your disposal. But the real key is, can you bring fire into your outdoor space? I adore these upright outdoor heaters. They throw out heat sideways, so you don't need them on for long, but it just takes the chill off of the space, and they're super groovy looking. But if you've got the bomb of an outdoor backyard, baby, you are missing out if you do not have a fire pit. And there's so many great ones you can look at now. I love this portable one with the little butterfly chairs next to it. That's fantastic. Or this is great overlooking the ocean with a big stack of wood in that one. Those are great. I like this one by the pool as well. So there's a lot of good options you can consider. You can even build one in if you've got a big backyard and you want a hard line, a gas line, no problem. Those are great. But always make sure that you've got some option to stay warm and snuggly even when you're sitting out there at midnight with your glass of wine. All right, guys, so for the last one, which is the most fun, is decor that reflects your style. But now remember, you don't have to go crazy with this. There's a couple of things you definitely need, like decorative pillows in outdoor fabrics. Oh, there's so many great solutions out there, you'll love these. A little small accent table if you've got the room for it. Throws for sure for those cooler hours. Oh, I love this yummy textural one with the stripe. LED lanterns or candles. Oh, there's so many great options out there. You can do beach casual. You can do something really wound up. It all looks great out there. Couple of baskets. Ooh, that's a good tip because you want to be able to throw some stuff in there and just kind of keep it cleaned up and organized. That's always great. And if you've got the room, you definitely want to have a beverage cart. Woohoo! It's one of my favorite items. They're great for cocktails or tea if you want to do it, and it saves you from having to run back into the house to get ice or whatever it is you need. So there's tons of cute ones. I love this little bamboo or rattan one. That's great. So find one that makes sense for your design style and load that puppy up. Now there's so many great outdoor things out there that I'm gonna link a few of them down below. But if you want my full list of everything that I recommend for outdoor styling, you wanna make sure to go to lisaholt.com and get on that email list because I'm gonna send a big old list out to everybody that'll have all of these options on it, which will be great. Now, if you guys are finding these videos helpful, please be sure and like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know next time I drop a video. Now, I don't even know if Estelle or Fred have been subscribed. Estelle, have you subscribed yet? I don't see your name on the list. So you guys don't be like Estelle. Get on that list right now. And next what you need to do is make sure you go to this video right here. You can just click the link below and it's all about my outdoor stuff with West Elm, and I'll see you guys next week.